Welcome back. The Prime Minister has completed his San Jose leg of his US visit. Let's now cut across live to TV Today Network's managing editor Rahul Kamal, who joins us with all the latest. It's over to you, Rahul.
Joining us now live on the streets of San Jose is Ram Madhav, General Secretary of the Bharatiya Janata Party and a man who's worked very closely with the overseas friends of BJP in trying to put another blockbuster together. How does this compare with Madison Square Garden in your view?
You should not compare one program with the other. Each one is unique, each one is very significant, and I point out that it's a community event. It's not by any group or any party. It's an entire community comes together to organize this event. We are happy. This event also turned out to be a very successful event. That is the kind of attraction and love that Prime Minister enjoys.
So where does the Modi rock show go next? Where's the next concert?
Rahul, if you remember, you have announced London as the next show, big show. It will be London.
So when does this happen in London? And the Wembley Stadium can fill almost 1 lakh people. Will you be able to put that kind of a crowd together in the month of November?
Whatever will be the capacity of this stadium, that will definitely be filled up. The experience everywhere was that we thought that 20,000 capacity stadium would be sufficient, but 50,000 registrations, many were disappointed that they could not even
sardi hoti hai November mein London.
No, everything will be taken care of. People don't care for sardi and all. They will come to here.
Is there a concern that there's a sense of deja vu? That this is the same film that goes to different locations? And is there a concern that it's getting repetitive?
Remember, community engagement is one of the many events that Prime Minister does when he goes to other countries. Even here, in the last 2 days, he has had major engagements with the IT industry, the renewable energy industry. He has had a good interaction with startups, which they call as disruptive technologies startups. So one of the events is certainly the community event. There is a lot of enthusiasm in the community to connect with Honorable Prime Minister. So it's natural that we have those big programs.
And despite this being a Sunday evening, you had 13 congressmen over there, some very senior seasoned congressmen, including the head of the Foreign Affairs Committee. That being a statement on the part of the Capitol Hill on the interest in India?
Absolutely. In fact, all of them are taking red-eye flights tonight. They're traveling through the night to reach Washington, D.C. tomorrow for the Congress session. That shows how much importance they attach to this visit of Honorable Prime Minister. They were very keen to meet him, listen to him. So they were prepared to take the risk of flying overnight to their Congress session tomorrow.
It's also because the Indian community here in the United States is now emerging as a force, as a political force, as a vote bank. You understand vote banks well. It's a vote bank, and therefore the American politicians want to cozy up to a vote
Which should be a good news for us. We should all be happy about it. If the local politicians care for the Indian community here, they care for India, they love Indian Prime Minister, everybody should be happy about it. Why should we be complaining about it?
Are you concerned that there hasn't been much mention about the Prime Minister's trip to the United States in the local media? There have been several stories about how they've been obsessed with the Pope. They also had a lot of coverage of the Xi Jinping Modi visit. There's been very little mention of Prime Minister Modi's visit.
I have not followed much the local media in the last 2 days. But the very significant event is coming up tomorrow when our Prime Minister meets with the President of the United States, President Obama. Then he has got meetings with Hollande, and he's also meeting with David Cameron. So definitely this visit is a very significant visit. I am sure local media will also give enough importance to this news.
I don't know if you've seen the coverage back home, but there's been a lot of talk about how the opposition is hitting out at Prime Minister Modi for turning this into a political speech. They're saying once again that he's using an opportunity on a foreign land to make political points, and they think that that is in bad taste.
What is political in his speech? To tell the people here that I'm committed to cleansing the corrupt system in India. I'm committed to giving a development-focused governance to this country. I'm committed to giving people a better quality life. What is politics in it? Now, if political parties feel that every word is meant for them, if we said Damad, it's about me. If somebody feels, what can I do? It was a general comment. It's unfortunately in our politics, sense of humor has completely disappeared. Everybody thinks that he says something, it is about me. That is very unfortunate.
One of the other points of criticism seems to be that the Prime Minister spoke of minimum government, maximum governance. He spoke of selling five-star hotels, that government shouldn't be in the business of hotels. Now, Mr. Madhav, your party has been in power for 16 months. What is the one step you've done to work towards minimum governance?
Prime Minister is putting in place a major digital revolution in governance. He also mentioned about e-governance here. E-governance will be the transparent government. You're not answering my question. I'm talking about Air India, Samrat, Ashoka. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. E-governance is the way you go about to make it minimum government, maximum governance. The way you go about it, it will reduce a lot of paraphernalia you have. It will take its time, but this is the way to go about. You have to take to technology to reduce the, all pervasive presence of the government.
Can you commit before the next Modi show in the United States that at least Samrat or Ashoka, one of the hotels that the Prime Minister spoke about, will not be run by the government, and why should they?
Policy issues, you don't expect them to be discussed on San Jose streets. They will be discussed by the people in the government. What to be privatized, what to be run by the government, and all those issues will be discussed by the government.
And finally, there was a big show in the Madison Square Garden, now at the SAP Arena. Where does the Modi show in the United States go next year?
Wait.
I was speaking to the Foreign Secretary. One of the things he said is we have to come up with constant new ideas. And you can't repeat the same idea. So what are the options? Chicago is one option?
No. The US obviously will be quite some time. Next visit happens after
but this will be a format to go to another
before that many good things will happen, many important things will happen.
Okay, we pulled you out of a dinner, so I don't want to hold you back any longer. Thank you very much, Mr. Ram Madhav, and congratulations on a big successful event. The community here seems to be rather charged up.
Yes, of course. They are very charged up, they are very enthusiastic. They want to connect with India.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This was BJP General Secretary Ram Madhav speaking to us in India Today.
Right, Rahul Kamal there. Thanks very much for getting us the latest from the streets of San Jose.